Hi, I'm Doug with the League of Women Voters, Kansas City. Let's talk about how Missourians can use the ballot initiative process to write laws. Not all states allow their citizens to independently change their state constitutions. Missouri is one of only 26 states where citizens can do so. Our current constitution was written in 1945 and has been amended 119 times. Both citizens and the legislature can propose constitutional amendments. Citizens can attempt to change the Constitution by submitting an initiative petition. An initiative petition can be started by a citizen or an organization. Once the petition has been approved by the Secretary of State, the next step is to gather signatures. Current law requires getting an amount of signatures equal to 8% of legal voters for constitutional amendments and 5% of legal voters for statute changes in 6 of the 8 Missouri congressional districts. If the Secretary of State certifies that a sufficient number of signatures has been submitted and verified, the proposed amendment is placed on the statewide ballot for voter approval. How many signatures are required to get on the ballot? 8% of legal voters is defined as 8% of the total vote for governor at the last general election. In 2026, at least 25,000 signatures are needed to be collected in 6 of the 8 congressional districts for constitutional amendments and 16,000 for statutes and veto referendums. This means that statewide, at least 170,000 signatures are required for initiated constitutional amendments and 107,000 for initiated state statutes and veto referendum. The next step is for the Secretary of State and local election authorities to verify signatures. Local election authorities verify that signatures on petitions match the signatures on voter registrations on file. Around the first Tuesday in August, the Secretary of State announces the findings of the verification effort. The petitioner is notified if the Secretary determines that an insufficient number of signatures has been submitted. Any citizen can appeal that finding, with resolution of that appeal required within 10 days. If the Secretary of State determines that a sufficient number of valid signatures have been submitted, the petition is certified and placed on the ballot. It isn't easy getting a citizen initiative before the voters. Between 2010 and 2020, less than 4% of the ballot initiatives that were filed by citizens were certified by the Secretary of State's office. However, once certified, the odds of passage improve. In the last 50 years, 66% of the certified ballot initiatives were approved. For example, in 2022, a ranked choice voting initiative petition failed to get the required number of signatures, while the recreational marijuana initiative was certified only on appeal. Currently, a simple majority of votes is needed for passage of citizen initiative petitions and amendments from the legislature. Amendment 4 would change that only for citizens initiative petitions. This change would make it more difficult for citizen initiative petitions to pass. Please see our related YouTube video, Amendment 4, Restricting the Citizens Initiative Petition. Thank you for taking the time to become an informed voter, and we'll see you at the polls on August 4th.